Hey e-commerce marketing podcast listener, I wanted to let you know that we have created 16 e-commerce marketing videos for you. You can download these free videos by visiting ecommercemarketingpodcast.com/videos or by texting the word videos to +1 480 418 1411. These step-by-step video marketing tutorials will teach you how to drive more traffic to your e-commerce website, how to get more backlinks to your e-commerce website, and how to optimize your website to get more paid customers. Get the videos right now by visiting ecommercemarketingpodcast.com/videos or by texting videos to +1 480 418 1411. Welcome to the e-commerce marketing podcast. Today's guest is Lee Makalili, and he's the founder of Original Fuzz. They make guitar straps, gear bags, and accessories, and all of this is made in Nashville. Welcome to the podcast, Lee. How are you doing?
I'm good. Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for being on. And if you can just give us a quick overview of Original Fuzz, just a background of what you guys do.
Sure. So we like to say that we are outfitting creative people like musicians, artists, photographers, chefs, anyone who is making things. We want to make gear and accessories for them that's stylish and reliable. Our core products right now are for guitar players because I sort of came from that world of playing music and guitar and rock bands. So we got started with that, but especially next year, we're going to be branching out into a lot more products for creative people of all stripes. And we do all of the manufacturing here, our shop in Nashville, Tennessee. And we also work with a lot of cool textiles from around the world. We import some hand-woven Peruvian fabrics that are fair trade with a sustainable co-op in India to do some blocks. So we make everything here in Nashville, but we try and find interesting materials to work with from all over.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool that you started in music, but now you're going to be expanding. Congratulations. It just shows that the business is growing.
Yeah. I think it was really crucial to start with a niche. I mean, we started with guitar players and made a gear bag for a guitar player. That was our first product. And then eventually we found a really nice market with guitar straps. And really, to this point, we've been really focused on our guitar straps. That's been our big product. And I think that focus has helped us get established. But now we got our legs under us and we're growing, and we're going to start branching out into other product categories.
Okay, Lee, so what are the top marketing strategies you're using to grow your business?
For us, content marketing has been really huge. And in conjunction with that, we do a lot on social media, with Instagram being a really big platform for us. We have over 30,000 Instagram followers, and a lot of those have come from just this year. It's a really natural place. It's a social network that fits in with our brand and where our customers like to spend time online. But the table stakes for that strategy is our content marketing. And we do that through, we call it a magazine, but it's really just our blog. But it's just every month we put out an issue of blog posts and package it up and call it a magazine issue. And it's just the kind of stuff that we want to read as musicians and creative people that work here at Original Fuzz, and we hope connects with our audience. So it's really a content marketing strategy combined with sharing that content through social media. And we really feel like if we're providing value to our audience, they're going to appreciate that, and they're going to trust us, and they're going to want to try out our products.
Okay. Do you know what kind of traffic you actually get from Instagram or just from the content marketing that you do?
Yeah, I mean, we can track that directly. But one really crucial thing that we do is we have an automated email sequence that goes out after every order. We ask them how they heard about us. And a lot of times, not everyone takes the time to respond to us, but we get a lot of responses, and we track all of those in a spreadsheet, and they usually break down into really specific categories, like I heard about you on Instagram or through a friend, or I saw you in a guitar store, or I read an article where you were mentioned in a blog post or a magazine. So we kind of have where our actual orders are coming from, not just traffic through that survey. And it's not a perfect survey, but it's pretty good data. And we actually get about 30%. Another 30% comes from what I would call press, just And then the rest of that comes from either direct traffic, word of mouth, guitar stores.
Okay.
So asking that question and during the checkout process is really, really crucial.
Yeah, so from the information you get by asking that survey question, how are you planning to improve your results as far as the traffic and the different marketing channels where you're getting people from?
Yeah, I mean, that's a good question. We're trying to get better at writing the type of content and doing the type of posts that really connect with our audience. So that's always a process of looking at the analytics and seeing how much traffic certain posts get, and trying to learn about our audience over time and what they respond to. That's a process that we're always trying to continue. And we're also trying to bring our customers into the design process and survey them on what they want to see from us next, and talking to customers just directly to see what's working about both our content marketing and our products and what they'd like to see from us. If there was a product that we could design for them that they would really like to have, what is that could offer in a product that would help? So those types of questions, just really talking to customers about both our marketing and our products has been really helpful in that as well.
Okay. And as far as once you get the customers on your website or even in your brick and mortar, what do you guys do to increase or to make the customers spend and convert?
That's one thing that I think we could be doing a lot better. Right now, as you know, we use Shopify as the back end for our e-commerce, and we're just using a Shopify template that we bought in the Shopify template store, and that's been really great. I mean, we've been using that for a couple of years now, but I think we're at this point where we've got to do a custom design Shopify site that's going to be tailored towards our specific products and how we want to communicate about those products to our audience. So we're actually working on that right now. And we're going to be doing a process. I used to be a web designer before I started this company, so I have a background in this, but I really believe that you have to start with your content first. So we're actually doing a rewrite of our entire site before we even do any design work. And once we have our site rewritten, and a lot of that copy is we test that in emails. We might do A/B tests on headlines. We try to see what people respond to in social media posts, what type of blog posts get the type of reaction that resonates. So once we have that copy nailed, we're going to be redesigning the site. And then sort of the final stage of that will be to start using A/B testing to test very specific sections. Does something on a product page convert higher? Does an element such as a button or a piece of copy convert higher than the other? And that's one thing that we have not done extensively yet is A/B testing. But I really think that we need to have a custom design site and not just be using a Shopify template before we even get into that, because I don't think you can learn that much from A/B testing if there's a lot of stuff that you could be doing better, you just haven't implemented it yet. So I want to have the table states of the kind of site that's designed specifically for our audience, out there in the world as a baseline before we start doing A/B testing.
Okay.
That makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense. But how did you come to this conclusion that, hey, maybe I need to start doing A/B testing and I need a custom design? What led you to get to that conclusion?
I guess just through research and following podcasts like this one that teach you about how to be a better marketer and how to run a better e-commerce site. I've been studying about A/B testing for a long time, and we use it in some places. We use SumoMe, which is a great tool for finding out more about your visitors, and tools for doing pop-ups and page takeovers really easy. We use that for our discount codes for when you sign up for our email list. So we A/B test what percentage discount really moves the needle on getting people to sign up for the email list and get a discount code. And, what headline, we'll A/B test a headline in an email, but we haven't done much on-site A/B testing. And it really felt like we've seen such good results from doing things like A/B testing the discount codes or our email list that we figured, the next natural step would be to actually start applying that methodology to our pages on our site.
Okay. And are you doing all of this by yourself, or do you have a team? How many people are involved in setting up your marketing machine?
This is, started just as me. I was the founder that led the marketing, and now we have a full-time person running our marketing and all of our editorial. We did an internship over the summer. That program was great. We have a designer who's not on staff, but is sort of like our go-to freelancer that's helped design everything, who we work with a lot on everything from our logo to product designs to, pages that we want to A/B test and things like that. And then everyone else that works for us is production. So we're still a small team. It's myself, our marketing manager, and freelance designer right now.
Okay. With the freelance designer and the marketing manager, how did you find them? And what were you looking for when you were searching for them?
I'll start with the marketing manager. Great writing skills and the ability to edit other people's writing was a crucial factor. And our marketing manager actually has a background in retail, so she knows a lot about how to merchandise a store. And a lot of those same skills apply to online marketing. I mean, the way you merchandise, if you will, an Instagram photo or a product page is similar to how you might set up a display in a retail store. So I'd say anyone with like sales background, actually has spent some time selling stuff, and good writing skills are what I was looking for in that. With the designer, again, I think the ability to communicate clearly and concisely is an important skill, because design is just a visual way of communication. And, we were just looking, it's a little more subjective. We were just looking for someone that fit our aesthetic and understood the brand. And the designer that we work with is a musician in her own right. She plays drums in a band that tours. And so it was just a good fit. She understood what we were going for, and she was an actual user of our products. So that helped as well.
Did you find her through like a website like Upwork, or how did you find her?
No, actually both of them are friends of friends, and just being engaged in the local music community is how we found them. That's really the best way to find people, I think, at the beginning. Just get involved in your local community, whether that's going to like meetups for developers or just going to shows and events around the music community. It's kind of something that we try and do, is stay engaged, so that we're always meeting new people and finding, potential collaborators like that.
Okay. You mentioned earlier that you guys are going to be getting more products. You're just not going to be focused on just the guitars. You're going to create new products, but you're going to be starting that next year. What are some of the struggles you've had this year, just with the whole business, and how are you planning to, overcome them and just try to help you sell better next year?
I mean, this is probably the type of thing that any startup deals with, which is just, time and there's only so much time and energy in a day. And, we work super hard and nights and weekends, but there's only so much time, and just trying to get better deploying our time against the most important thing. And that's one thing we've been struggling with, and trying to build better processes so that we have room to grow. It's kind of like always a push and pull between wanting to do more, but not having the time or money to do everything that we know we could do, and trying to pick our battles. One thing that we did this year is we set a goal for ourselves, and we had one goal for the entire team. And it doesn't matter if you're working in production, making the guitar straps, or doing marketing, everyone's been aligned around the same goal. And that's been really helpful. That goal was just to grow our online sales, specifically through our website, 2.5% week over week. And just having that single goal has helped us focus. I think next year it'll probably be related to sales, but I think we're going to be doing it in terms of units sold. Just thinking about the metrics that you're tracking and using that to help you set priorities, something we're trying to get better at all the time. And, we do monthly reviews where we look at our numbers that we're tracking, and we think about, is there something here that we're tracking that we don't need to be tracking? It's actually just a distraction or noise, or are we not looking at how we're performing in the right way? And we try and do that kind of self-analysis on a monthly basis.
Okay. And other than your website, do you use any other distribution channels to sell?
We've tried out a lot of them. We've done Etsy, Amazon. There's a niche site for music gear called Reverb. That's a great site. but we actually ran into problems with scaling that. Because we make everything ourselves, we're a small manufacturer, and we're trying to practice a just-in-time lean manufacturing methodology, and there's no software. All the software that we've been able to find to manage inventory assumes that you're buying finished goods and then selling them on multiple channels. There's nothing that's been able to manage our workflow. So we actually are only selling on our website right now. And we're going to be hopefully building a tool that enables us to practice just-in-time inventory management and then automatically list the finished products on Shopify, Amazon, Etsy, Reverb, any other third-party site like that we might want to sell on. So it's a combination of not, just trying to focus right now. We've really been focused on growing our website. I mean, there's only so much attention that you can give any one channel. It's almost like, like a social network. Instagram has been our biggest outlet for getting the word out there because it resonates with our audience. And while I know we could probably get some benefit from being more active on Pinterest, for instance, we only have so many resources here, and we don't have the bandwidth to really do Pinterest right. So I'd rather take each channel, when we can and do it right. We've experimented with a lot of platforms, but we're going to be rolling out future channels as we have the ability and the bandwidth to focus on them. And we're going to take it one at a time. When we go back to Amazon, we're going to make sure that we really focus on it and we do it well before we launch on Etsy again.
Okay. Lee, thanks for being on the podcast. Just 2 more questions before I let you go.
Okay.
Yeah. What is the one thing an e-commerce business can do right now to help the business grow, get traffic, and get sales?
I think that content marketing is table stakes this day and age. I mean, there's a lot of noise out there. And if you can find a way to give something of value, be that a video or an article or a guide, PDF, or a podcast like this one to your audience, that's crucial this day and age. It's the only way you're going to grow your traffic and build a following.
Okay. And if people had questions about anything you mentioned today, or if somebody wanted to come and check out your store, how can they find you?
You can find us at originalfuzz.com. That's our website with all of our products and everything we're doing. And you can send us an email to hello@originalfuzz.com, and that'll go right to me. Love to hear from anyone if they have any feedback from anything I said, and especially if you're operating a small business and you're doing manufacturing like we are, and you're trying to figure out the kinks of how to do just-in-time inventory without enterprise software, or if you know some tools that will help with that, I'd love to hear from you. Okay.
And also with you had mentioned your Instagram and how you guys are doing well on Instagram. What's the Instagram?
It's just Original Fuzz. So Instagram.com/originalfuzz.
Okay. Any final thoughts?
Maybe if someone out here is listening to it and they're running their own web store, or they got a product that they're working on, just keep in mind that, it's a marathon, it's not a sprint. And I can say that, like, a lot of times you spend time on something that won't seem to move the needle, but a year, 2 years out, just making a lot of incremental changes to improve your product and your marketing will eventually start to have a compounding effect and start to pay off. So don't give up.
Thanks, Lee, for being on the podcast.
Thank you.
Thank you for listening to the e-commerce marketing podcast. Join the e-commerce marketing podcast Facebook group to learn, connect, collaborate, and grow with other e-commerce marketers at ecommercemarketingpodcast.com/FB. ecommercemarketingpodcast.com/FB. Subscribe to us on iTunes by searching for e-commerce marketing podcast, and please leave a rating and a review. Thank you for listening. See you next time.